This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Lewis versus Wyche. You all have been together for 5 years, you're engaged, and Ms. Lewis, you've been married twice before, but whether you take that trip down the aisle a third time all depends on the outcome of today's proceeding. Is that right?
That's right.
Right. You've initiated this case. Tell us why.
Well, I'm too old for the cheating. All I'm asking for is honesty, and like I always say, the same way you got this woman is the same way you got to keep her. Do the same thing. And we used to have some fun.
So you believe that he's cheating. What does that feel like to you? How does that affect you?
It hurts.
Okay,
Because
tell me about
I
that.
try to do everything for this man. Show him how much I love him.
Okay.
I get up 5 o'clock in the morning. And how many women gonna get up, fix their man, coffee, breakfast, and lunch, plus I have to go to work myself.
Woo! Well, you got me beat. I'm gonna just say, Miss Lewis, I ain't doing that.
I know that's what everybody tell me, but I do it because I love him. And I wanna show him how much I love him and what I would do to keep him, but I'm not gonna keep doing it if he's not gonna be faithful.
I understand.
Well, Mr. Wyche, she says she's too old for this. What do you have to say about it?
I'm too old for it. I mean, because when I'm at a friend's house, she peeping around the bush, and they said, "There go your old lady." I said, I know she was coming, but and then
So is she
like
following you around like a detective or something?
all the time. I'm just tired of it. It's like I'm a prisoner in my own house, and
Do right,
You know,
don't have to feel like that.
see, that's why I had to put up with it.
Ms. Lewis, are you treating him like a prisoner in his own home?
No.
He feels
For
that
one,
way.
he'll tell me he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. And first of all, if he never cheated and lied about it, everything would be okay.
I've been married twice. I got 8 kids.
Oh, boy.
4 different baby mama. What's new out there to me?
And like you said, I mean, you've been out there, you've been there, done that. This is the woman for you.
Yes, that's all I do. I work, I come home, I call her on my break. I mean, she want me to call her on my first break, second break, lunch break. My food in the microwave, I don't even get time to eat because she want to talk.
Not only can you not get a break at work, you can't get a break from not calling her.
That's right.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you may have done some stuff in the past, but as it relates to your relationship right now with Ms. Lewis, you said you're not cheating, you're not,
I'm not
seeing
cheating.
anybody else.
No, and mostly all I do is fish. And she know where I fish at because she take me there. And I'm on the phone more than I'm fishing. You know how older guys do. I mean, I'm 51.
That's older?
Well,
He's still young.
Yeah, Mr. Cullen, you older. I'm gonna just put it out there.
I thought it
Yeah.
was gonna pop up maybe like, 70, 75. He's like, you know how older guys are, I'm 51.
Wait a minute, he older than you, so you know.
So what does that make me?
My husband.
Good answer, good recovery, good recovery.
So here's the thing. Hold on, love. Y'all are kind of cute to me. Real.
I'm looking at this look at her face.
Yeah,
She's
y'all
like,
kind of cute.
she got
to me,
hands
so
on the hip.
she tight about this, but I know you said he did something to get you and you want him to go back to doing it. Tell me how you two met.
I saw him on Facebook. I looked at his picture.
Uh-huh.
But what I did, I texted in there, talked about the fish. But the whole time it wasn't the fish I was checking out.
You were trying to reel something else in.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can call me a cougar because I am 12 years older than him. But,
What?
Uh-oh.
but
You don't look nothing older than him. Go, girl. Keep using whatever you're doing.
thank you.
All right.
And I liked what I saw. And we had a lot in common. And when I text him, I was like, is this man gonna even text me back?
Right.
So I waited a week, I did it again. So he finally messaged me, and we used to talk on the messenger, then we started talking to each other, and it was amazing. I really, truly
Look, I know. I mean, the
enjoyed
big
that.
grin.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them grinning. I like it. Okay, tell me about this. You get this message from this cute babe. So what happened?
Okay, it took a minute for me to actually respond back because you know, I want to make sure this was something I wanted to do.
Right.
But I told her I was not driving a car, I was driving a scooter.
But that was all right with me.
So I'm riding 25 miles
On a scooter?
on a scooter and had to go to work just to come visit her. And we ate breakfast, we talked, and by the time I had to ride another 24 miles back to my job,
Right.
running late, but
But wasn't it worth it?
it was well worth it.
See?
But
So you driving on a scooter?
Yes.
Girl, what you put in them eggs?
I don't know. But I got to find out again what I put in them because I'm
You
not
need to
getting
get it
that
back on
same
track.
treatment again.
All right, all right.
So now, you think he's fishing for other women, basically.
Yes.
he in another lake and it ain't yours.
There you go.
All right.
So, Ms. Lewis, it sounds like if you're following him, it seems like everywhere he goes, and you know he's always having to check in by phone with you. It doesn't seem like he even has time to cheat. So, why do you think he's cheating?
He talks in his sleep.
Okay,
Yes, he
you-
does.
What do you mean he talks in his sleep?
Well, I'm thinking, you know, okay, he sleep. I'm lay in the bed, watch a little TV. I hear him talking about, oh, I can't catch the female name. Then he talking about, I can't talk right now. She here. Then he'll go back to,
Okay, wait a minute.
then he'll be like, ooh, fat booty.
This is
Okay,
stuff.
wait a minute, hold on.
And I know he ain't talking about me.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me go back. You in bed, he's in bed. Mm-hmm. Clearly you awake, and he's asleep.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go to sleep, fellas.
so-
wait a minute.
so-
Let me see how this is. Go to sleep. And so you sitting watching TV,
Big booty.
and you just kind of look at him.
And I be ready. By the time I grab my phone and record it, I mess up and wake him up.
So you can't get a recording of what he's saying.
Right.
But you
But
should.
I'm listening and I can hear it very clearly.
It happens regularly.
It's happened a couple
Your Honor,
of times.
I am asleep.
All right. So this has happened more than once.
Yes.
And you think these are conversations, he's rehashing conversations he's actually had with them.
Yes.
And when you say had with them, he's being with these women while he's with
If
you.
he's not, I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't have to be physically with that woman to be cheating. You could be on that phone talking to her.
Right.
And that's still disrespectful. That's still cheating. I don't do it, and I don't expect for him to do it to me.
Well, Mr. Wyche, whose big booty are you dreaming about?
That's what I'm wondering.
You want her
we
to?
want-
The one is asleep.
I gotta ask you, Miss Lewis, have you ever seen or found anything that makes you think Mr. Wyche is cheating?
Yes, yes,
Tell
yes.
me about that.
Oh, my goodness. You know how you have mirrors on your phone?
Yeah.
And you can put it on the TV?
Yes.
I'm in there cooking this man something to eat. Okay. I come out the room, he's snoring. I'm like, I'm gonna wake him up. I turn around and look at the TV. You know, I had a little picture in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is that? I like, oh no, he didn't. I go over to his phone, cut it on. His ex.
Is on the mirror of the
Yeah,
on the TV
he done went
screen.
to sleep and forgot to cut it off.
Okay, so let me, because I'm not quite as technologically advanced as some people. So when you say the phone mirrors the TV,
Yes, you can hit a button on there, and whatever's on your phone, you can watch it on your TV. When you have
You know, it's like the TV in our bedroom, and I can do that
don't-
with my phone.
I don't pay attention to what you're doing with the TV. So whatever he's doing on his phone shows up on the TV.
Right. I submit it to the court. Now tell me you ain't seen that one. You ain't do that. That's right there. Proof in the pudding, baby.
So this was in Mr. Wyche's phone,
Right. Now
this
who's
is
the
what you-
private detective?
and you found this after you saw the ex's picture up on your television.
Yes.
You go to the phone and pull it up, and this is what you found.
That's right.
And so Mr. Wyche writes, love you, and then again writes, love you.
And the ex says right back at you.
And then Mr. Wyche wants to know, do you love me?
Look at this. Nothing says Christmas like writing your ex December 25th at 12:30. You wrote this on Christmas Day?
I don't even remember.
See? Amnesia.
Really?
Okay, wait.
Really?
Have you sent your ex any text messages saying I love you? That's the question. Whether it was December 25th or May 25th.
I don't remember.
you're over here fuming right now.
Ooh,
I can
yes.
see that.
She's
Have you found anything
vibrating.
else? Have you found anything else that makes you think he's cheating?
Oh, yes.
What
Talk
else have
to
you
us.
found?
Well, one day I was putting some clothes in the drawer, and I happened to move stuff around. Sexual enhanced pills.
You saw sexual enhancement pills?
Yes.
In the drawer.
Right. The first time I saw it, I didn't say nothing. I said, I'm gonna catch him. So I went back in the drawer, put some more stuff in. 1 pack missing. 2 pills in a pack.
Well, wait, hold on.
Hold on.
When you first saw the pills,
Oh, I didn't tell him about it.
but why did you just assume that he was using with someone else? I mean, you
He
all
sure
are
don't need
together.
them for us.
So you don't.
We've had sex, and the pills were still in that drawer because I checked it the same day.
All right,
All right.
Mr. Wyche.
Yeah.
Come on. Please remember,
Well, when she put them in the drawer,
when she put them in the drawer.
she put them in the drawer.
Okay.
It was energy pills. It won't no Viagra. It won't nothing else. It was the energy pill where you buy off the shelf.
So you're saying they weren't sexual enhancement, they were energy pills.
They was energy pills.
And you did buy some energy pills.
Yes.
You didn't buy sexual enhancement pills.
No, I don't need that.
And so so how did she get them? Oh, wait a minute, I don't need that.
Yeah. Look, he ain't that old.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know, babe.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the hard question. Did you use those pills to be with another woman?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
That's what you're telling this court.
Yes.
And that's what you're telling Miss Lewis.
And that's what I'm telling her.
All right, I think we got to know.
gotta
What
pick
we have here is he's talking in his sleep about big booties and exes. He's got it. We got a I love you text, and he said, I don't remember. And then we got these sexual / energy pills that Miss Lewis found. And he says the only thing I'm doing is fishing. The question is, what kind of fish is he doing? Fish or women?
And where is he fishing?
Where is it? And Miss Lewis has said, I'm done. I am too old for this foolishness. So if it comes back that he's cheating, I think she's gone.
And we're about to find out because this court has done a full and complete investigation. We're going to call it this time Certified Polygraph Examiner Kendall Scholl to determine, is he cheating? Mom, please report Mr. Scholl.
Kendall Scholl.
Mr. Scholl, how are you today?
I'm great, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing good. Would you state for the court your credentials, please?
I spent almost 30 years with the FBI. Spent my whole career in Washington, D.C. When I retired, I was actually chief of the entire FBI's polygraph program. And when I retired, I moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, began my own practice of PI and polygraph, and I've done that now for almost 20 years.
Now, you conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Wyche, correct?
I did, Your Honor.
You asked Mr. Wyche, since the start of your relationship with Ms. Lewis, have you used sexual energy pills with anyone other than Ms. Lewis? What was his response to that question?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive, Your Honor.
Mr. Wyche, first of all, let's clear it up. So is this one of those things you just don't remember? Because you didn't remember telling your ex on Christmas Day that you loved her.
I never used the pills with nobody else.
Miss Lewis, you look like you're holding yourself up.
I tried to show this man how much I love him. I took more crap off of him than I did any one of my ex-husbands.
All right, let's find out about this question. Mr. Scholl, you asked Mr. Wyche, since the start of your relationship with Miss Lewis, other than the one time she knows about, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Miss Lewis? What was his response?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive, Your Honor.
Oh, hell no. Excuse me.
So Mr. Wyche, let's do it this way. It's time to come clean now. It's time to just cards on the table.
I had never cheated on her or slept with another woman since the one she know about. Because I don't have time for that. I love this woman.
I can't keep being hurt and lied to. All I ask is be honest. What is it so hard for you to be faithful to me
As I
when
told
I
you
am
again.
faithful to you?
You all have been together for 2 years. You're engaged. And Ms. Robinson, you've opened this case specifically because you believe your fiance is sleeping with his ex. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe he's still sleeping with his ex. He sees her behind my back. They just communicate all the time, and I just don't see no reason for it. I think I'm enough woman for 3 women, so I don't think he have a reason to talk to any woman. It just ain't her. It's multiple women. It's every time we get into it, he's always in a different woman's faces. They always around. So I just want to get to the bottom of it before we get married. I just can't accept it, and we're not. The wedding's off if he's cheating.
So you done.
Yeah.
And what did she say? Cause she more than no. She 3 women.
Yeah.
He can't handle this.
Right. He don't need nothing else. I don't like it.
And if you find out that he's cheating with his ex, then what?
Oh, it's over. It's a history. Because I believe that's where his heart is anyway.
All right, Mr. Sanford, she didn't put it all out there.
Yeah.
Are you sleeping with your ex?
No. Me and my ex got a mutual agreement. But I love my woman. Well, I call her my wife, but she's my fiance. But I'm in love with this woman, and this is what I'm here to prove today. I don't want my ex.
But Mr. Sanford, Ms. Robinson said something very key. It was one sentence. She went through it real fast, but I caught it. She said, I believe his heart is still with the ex.
No.
That's important because the heart, that's at the center of the relationship, that's what it is,
right.
The heart. So is your heart with your ex?
No. I have love for her, but I can't be dogging her out, and I don't want her running around here dogging me out at the same time. We can't have our kids seeing us arguing and stuff 24/7.
But why we can't come together and talk about this?
But you think
and let
it's
me
more,
know what's going on.
You think it's more than that?
Argue with me and go see your baby mama.
So you think it's more than just keeping a relationship with the kids? You think it's more than that?
I think that he still got love for her because of the history and the kids. And I think she just got love for him too because she knows she messed up. I think he's still in love. You can't love 2 people at one time.
Okay, right. Mr. Sanford, you say you're not in love with your ex.
Right.
Ms. Robinson has used this phrase twice now. She says she believes your heart is with her. So it must be something that you're doing that's causing her to believe that your heart is with her.
When these two contact each other, Facebook and stuff, then when they get into it, they want to bring me in it. And this is why she feel like that, because I tell her, don't come to me with it. Don't tell me about it or nothing.
But you understand, she believes it's not just you just have this relationship to co-parent. She believes that you're still having sex with her.
No, I'm not. We don't hang out or nothing like that.
You're saying none of that is going on.
If I go over there,
she braids his hair.
Yeah, she do braid my hair.
She goes over there and sit in between this girl's leg or in between her hands and get your hair braided, and you did not pay her.
I don't even go to her house to get my hair braided.
She's mentioning him on Facebook. I'm like, who is that? He was like, oh, that's Whitley. And she's clowning on me because I did not pay her.
But Ms.
Robinson, his hair.
You probably can't tell it from looking at me, but I know a thing or two about hair braiding. When you get your hair braided, you typically sit on the floor, somebody sits in a chair, and you are, I guess, technically between their legs.
That's what I'm thinking.
But he's getting his hair, that's how people get their hair braided, right?
I sit in a chair.
Wait a minute, hold up, y'all. I gotta get some information from him. How you know about hair braiding? You with braids?
Look, I've been to the movies, I read books, I read magazines, I got friends, I got people. I know things.
You know things?
I know things.
So you just know this?
I know this.
Okay, we get the hair braiding, but this ain't gonna call all this that we watching. It's gotta be more to it than this.
I have another example.
All right, talk to me.
We had to evacuate from North Carolina because of the hurricane.
Okay.
He wound up getting a hotel for 2 weeks. I only stayed there a week. He put me out.
He put you out?
He put me out.
You're not gonna argue and yell with me and cause a scene in the hotel because you're gonna get both of us put out.
So you leave.
Mm-hmm. But when we got back together, I go through his phone again. It's messages from Whitley saying, what number is it? What, you ain't got a phone number? What number? What number is she talking about?
You think she wouldn't stay with him that week?
Yeah.
So you think they were laid up together in that hotel?
I surely do.
All right. Mrs. Sam.
Not true.
Well, I mean, what was this argument? Do you think he just made this argument up so
Because I wanted some eggs. I was hungry.
Well, you know.
I like to eat.
You know, beloved, there's her side, the fiance side, and the ex's side, and she is here. Rob, you escort her in.
Yes, y'all.
All right. How are you?
I could be better.
All right. Would you please state your full name for the record?
My name is Whitley Denise Williams.
All right. Miss Williams, you don't look happy.
I'm very angry.
All right. What is the nature of your relationship with Mr. Sanford?
Me and Mr. Sanford started talking to each other back in 2004. And we was together for 10 years. And in the process, I was later on introduced to Miss Doris as a family friend.
How did you find out that they were together?
Well, when Mr. Sanford first came back to the town we're in, he hit me up.
Okay.
When he hit me up, he told me he had just left a relationship and that he wasn't going with anybody. I asked him.
Which was true.
Several days later, I see that Doris' name pops up on Messenger and is calling him while he's visiting with me. He told me he don't go with her. Then I look on my Messenger and I receive a message from her telling me basically, don't mess with him. If I mess with him, she gonna tell the dude I'm going with.
Yeah.
And I have evidence of it.
So you were in a relationship first?
Yeah,
Yes, I was with Mr. Sanford
when I got
first.
back.
While you were still in a relationship with Mr. Sanford, you were also friends with her.
Yes, I would bring my kids by. She would help me watch them if I needed to make a run. Yes, we were friends, for real.
All right, well, let's look at this. Okay, I just want to make sure we had that correct. It says, is you still talking to Lee? If you are, you better stop. Why you didn't keep him when you had him? Stay away from Lee. We together now, and you be disrespectful. You all ain't got blank to talk about, point blank, period. You didn't want him when you had him. So this is a message you received from Ms. Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And is this how you found out that they were together?
Yep.
Because
he
Mr.
denied it.
Sanford
He
denied
still
it.
denies it.
I
To
was
me.
Still denied.
To
Okay,
me.
do you understand that they're engaged to be
I
married?
had no idea till I just found out 10 minutes ago.
Mr. Sanford.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you didn't stood here and say you trying to have this good relationship with her and
Yeah.
about the kids.
You talk
She
all the
said
time.
y'all best friends.
Right.
And you don't tell your best friend, the mother of your 3 kids, hey, by the way, I'm getting married to this other woman.
No, cause I did. When I tell her that same kind of message you just seen on that screen, that's what I'm gonna have to deal with for about 2 weeks straight.
Okay,
I don't
during
believe
it,
it.
hold on. Do you believe that he wants you back?
Yes, I do, for numerous reasons.
Okay, I was gonna say, tell me why.
Because every time we together, he always bring up the fact he missed me. He say he loved me, and I don't think he just mean I love you as a person. I think deep down he's still in love with me. And he, long story short, told me the last time we talked, the only reason why he's talking to Doris is the fact that I'm getting engaged. Otherwise, if I was still single, he would still want to be with me.
Have you all been having sex over this last 2 years?
Me and Mr. Sanford had had sex once, and this is before I knew anything about Doris.
So once you found out about her,
I was done. It was over with because of the betrayal. I found out from Mr. Sanford 6 months after I had our last child that Doris was asking him to take her bra off for her, that she was asking him to wash her back, that she was walking around naked. All this stuff I found out 6 months after I had our last child. So that's what made
That's a
the
lie.
relationship between me and Doris
That is a lie.
dissipate.
That is a
Okay,
lie.
Ms.
Okay, wait a
Robinson,
minute.
you all have been together for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
All right, and you're saying within the
Going on
last
2
2 years, you and Mr. Sanford have been intimate together.
Once,
One time.
You're right.
One time.
Before we got serious.
before I knew, I swear.
How long ago was that?
Shit, over
Probably
a year
the
and a half.
second day after he got in town, maybe.
So
How long ago?
A year ago? 2
Year and a
years?
half ago.
This is the first time I ever heard that. And I think that she just on some get back stuff too because we all was friends.
Okay. Do you think he's cheating?
Yes, I do, for a lot of reasons.
Okay, tell me about that.
Well, the last time I also talked to Mr. Sanford while I was braiding his hair, he mentioned me a conversation that him, Doris, and another female that he says is his homegirl had. What happened, what he told me was, he was sitting there with the homegirl, and Doris called. When Doris called, he intentionally told the girl to answer the phone. He let both of them basically go back and forth over him, and when they got done, he said, I don't go with you, I don't go with you, so I don't understand why y'all arguing over me.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That is a lie.
That's what he
So, Miss
told me.
Robinson, did you know about this homegirl?
Yeah, I knew about the girl. We had got into it or whatever, so we separated. He was at his dad's house and I'm at home. A day before his birthday, you know, we wound up getting together, whatever, one night. We did our thing or whatever. So when he fell asleep, I took a picture of him naked.
Yeah.
After I got through his phone, I took a picture of him naked and sent it to her from my phone.
Send it to who?
To that girl.
The homegirl.
His friend.
Okay.
Why?
Huh, I was just being petty and out of anger, just being petty.
And what did you say when you sent this?
I said I'm having sex with him.
Okay, you submitted this to
I
the
ain't say
court.
it like that, but you know.
Okay, you submitted that text that you took a picture of, and it says, I'm blanketing.
And the other woman responds, I don't give a blank. Grow the blank up, you big sloppy blank. I have blanked him too. Just blanked him before you start blowing him up.
Ms. Robinson said, me and dude supposed to be in a whole relationship.
And she responds, girl, stop. He don't want you.
So this is the interchange after you sent the naked picture of Mrs. Sanford.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Sanford, you got women all over the place.
That's what I'm saying. But I just met the girl. I helped the girl get a car off the road.
Did you tell your fiance, hey, you won't believe what happened today. I saw this lady, she had car problems, I helped her. Did you tell her that?
No, I didn't.
Did you say, I'm going to visit my homegirl?
No, not before I went.
Okay, I think we've heard enough.
I know I have.
Tell me what we got.
We have Miss Robinson believes that her fiance is still in love with his ex and believes his heart is with her. That's the word she used. She also believes Mr. Sanford is having a sexual relationship with his ex. And then the final thing is there's some other woman out here and she's saying to you in text messages she's having sex with him.
Yeah.
And for all these reasons, you believe that Mr. Sanford is cheating. All he can say is, I'm not in it, I don't want to be in it. And Miss Robinson, you have said if it comes out that Mr. Sanford is in fact cheating, you are done.
It's off. What we gonna get married for?
Okay.
Because you're gonna be cheating the whole time?
All right. Mr. Cutler?
At this time, the court will call former military interrogator Lena Cisco and certified polygraph examiner Tommy Platt to determine, is he cheating? Please escort them in. Ms. Cisco, Mr. Platt, good day. How are you all?
Good.
We've got a lot going on here. We need your help. Ms. Cisco, you are a former military interrogator, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You conducted an interrogation in this case, correct?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay. What did you determine about Mr. Sanford's dealings with the person that Ms. Robinson sent a naked picture to?
So when I asked Mr. Sanford about this person who he refers to as his homegirl, he only admitted that she was trying to seduce him. So when they were together, she would wear skimpy clothes and she would rub up on him and rub her booty on him. I asked him multiple times if he had sexual intercourse with this woman, and he said no both times. The first time he told me no, however, he leaked Duber's Delight right after he said it. So that's that little smile that comes across the face, which is an indicator of deception. So I don't believe he's being 100% honest with me, and there is something there that he is hiding.
His mouth is saying one thing, his body's saying something else.
Exactly.
All right. Now, Mr. Platt, you conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Sanford, correct?
Yes, sir.
You asked Mr. Sanford, have you had sexual intercourse with the woman to whom Ms. Robinson sent the naked picture of you? What was his response to that question?
Your Honor, he stated no.
What did the polygraph determine?
The polygraph determined that he was being deceptive.
Mr. Sanford, this homegirl, how many times have you been with her?
I never slept with her. I never did nothing with that girl.
The issue is, and this is I'm directing to you, the lie detector says he was deceptive, that he in fact had sexual intercourse with this homegirl. What are you thinking? I'm looking at your face. I can't read it. I know it's anything but happy. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm very upset. I'm very angry. I'm just like, we're definitely not getting married.
So that's, marriage is out.
Nah.
Okay.
So, Mr. Sanford, I mean, it sounds like neither one of you is ready to get married. She's not ready to get married because of your behavior, and you definitely are not ready to get married because of your behavior. So you need to figure out what you want to do. Do you want to be a man that someone wants to marry. Do you want to be that man? If you don't, that's fine. If you want to go out and play the field, if you want to help every damsel in distress that you meet on the side of the road and fix their car, that's fine. If you want to do that, but just be upfront about it and tell Ms. Robinson that's what you want to do. You all have been together for 10 years and actually just said I do a month ago. Ms. Wade, why have you brought Mr. Free to court today?
I'm trying to find out if my husband is still seeing somebody that he had a relationship with while we were together. And I have my marriage license still. They gave me 90 days to send it in. And I don't want to fully go through if he can't tell me the truth.
So, Mr. Free, what are you here for?
I made a mistake in the past, but I'm tired of being crucified every day, every other day. And I just want to prove to this woman that I love her with all my heart. And I'm sorry for the mistakes that I've made.
Okay, Miss Wade, do you love your husband?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so tell me why you're here today if you love him.
I'm trying to get the truth so I can go on and so I can have me back.
In order to move forward, you need some answers.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it's almost killing you inside to have this uncertainty.
I pretty much feel already dead on the inside, like I have no soul.
You all have been together for 10 years. What happened to break the trust?
I was driving down the road one day and I had recognized somebody, a family friend, and I had picked her up. She was telling me that she was homeless, so me with a big heart. I told her I would take her in, and when she moved in, it went south from there.
I felt that she was giving her most of her attention to somebody else's relationship other than our own.
That's because you was too busy worried about paying more attention to her than you was to your own wife.
Are you suggesting that your husband and this friend that you let in your home got together?
Yes, Your Honor. One night, him and his brother and all the males were outside trying to get the truck unstuck. She took it up on herself to go out there. Well, they all got muddy. He come in, he got in the shower. She come on my porch, stripped butt naked, put a towel around her. Instead of her going to her room, she went to my room.
She's muddied. She's getting in the shower with your husband.
Yes, Your Honor.
No. She never made it.
She never made it to I was walking out of my room when she was walking in my room.
Yeah.
So she was planning to get in the shower?
Yes. She had the towel wrapped around her, butt naked and everything.
Mr. Free?
To my defense, I was in the shower. I had no idea all this was going on.
That wasn't the only thing, though. She was bent over in the hallway, and he was like directly at her. And that's when I confronted him, and he was like, no, that's not true. And I've never did anything with her.
She caught me at a glance, and...
That's not a glance. That was a stare.
No.
Okay, was she naked still?
No, she had on some booty shorts.
Okay. Were you leading her on?
No, I was not leading her on.
I don't believe none of it, but...
Okay, was this the only thing that made you think they might be sleeping together?
I caught them in his mama's.
What?
One night we had gotten to a fight, and I kept calling his phone. It would ring at first. He answered it a couple times. He declined it, and then it went straight to voicemail. And I had asked her, I said, do you need a ride home from work? She said, no, my man had me a ride.
Who is her?
Cleo.
Okay.
So come 1:30, I kept calling her. She declined her calls. So I finally made it to his mama's house, and his truck was there. When I got in there, he was at the door butt naked, and she was hiding on the side of the bed.
What did you do? I mean, really?
I froze. It's like my soul had left my body that night.
Okay, so what did you say? I mean, if I walked in and my husband's butt naked and the woman who's staying with me free is there butt naked, I'd have a conversation. What does that look like?
I was angry, but I was also hurt. And I just wanted to sit down and talk about it and see where was we gonna go.
She more woman than me, because we wouldn't have been sitting and talking.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought it was gonna go there when I caught him, but the feeling was more different. It was like, you just caught the love of your life with another woman.
You sound like you were just broken. You couldn't even do what you should have done.
Yes.
You just fell apart.
So, Mr. Free, how do you end up sleeping with your wife's friend?
She was making sexual advances to me, and I got something from her, from affection from her that I was not getting from my wife, because
You didn't try.
She was more interested in everybody else's relationship versus our own.
She was more interested in giving you oral sex, not how we do it.
You were not getting what you wanted from your wife, so you went to your wife's friend.
I talked to my wife about showing me more affection, showing us more attention towards one another.
Nah, that's not the right kind.
All right, so the time that she walked in and caught you, was that the first time you had been with your wife's friend?
No.
How many times had you been with her?
Several times before that.
Several
times, and your wife never caught you on those times?
No, Your Honor.
She didn't have any idea?
No, Your Honor, she didn't.
And this woman's up in your house, living under her roof.
Yeah.
You bold.
Yeah.
Tell me she's not still there.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
So how did that transpire when you asked her to leave your premises?
He took her and dropped her off. And instead of going and dropping her off where he was supposed to take her and drop her off at, there was their meeting spot where he took her again.
Your husband takes her to wherever she's supposed to be going, and they stop and hit it again?
Yes.
For old time's sake?
Yes, Your Honor.
I did not have any other contact with her after that.
After the last time you got one for the road?
Yes, sir.
Literally.
Mr. Free was running free that night. You know, Mr. Cutler, there's a wife's side, there's a husband's side, and there's the mistress's side. Yeah. That mistress is here in this courtroom. Rod, would you escort the witness in, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Ma'am, come right up to the witness stand.
Good day, how are you?
Good.
Would you state your name, please, for the court?
Cleo Everett.
Cleo Everett. Miss Everett, you are the woman that moved in with Miss Wade and Mr. Free, is that correct?
Yes.
How do you know them?
I was friends with her sister.
And Miss Wade offered her home to you?
Yes.
How do you go from taking a generous offer, I would consider, to sleeping with her husband?
It was just a bad time in my life, and I didn't care about anyone around me or anything going on. I never did anything intentionally to hurt this woman. It was just the fact that I had given up on everything.
Mr. Free has testified that you came on to him. Is that true?
Our relationship started happening over a conversation where we were talking about me not being satisfied with the person I was with. Then I received a text message asking if it was true, and that is how our relationship started.
So he pushed up on you?
He texted me over the conversation that we had playing cards in the kitchen.
And what did he say in that text?
He asked if I really wasn't being satisfied.
And you answered?
I answered yes.
And he said he could help you with that?
Yes.
How soon after that conversation or that text conversation did you get to test it out? Within a week? And how many times did you have sex with Mr. Free?
I can't put a number on it.
Okay. Did he ever tell you he loved you?
One time.
Did you believe him?
Yes.
Mr. Free.
Mr. Free?
Yes, Your Honor.
This young lady seems very credible to me.
Yes, ma'am.
And she says that you pushed up on her.
She made sexual advances and innuendos all the time, and she was directing them towards me.
So she said she wasn't being sexually satisfied?
Yes.
And you said you could take care of that?
I didn't know. I mean, I asked her a question.
That was a yes or no question?
Yes.
Did you know that that was a recipe for danger and that you were putting your marriage in jeopardy?
Yes, Your Honor.
I had put a tracker on his phone. The phone led back to where they were meeting up, Fire Tower. I had passed by there that afternoon, and her truck was parked right outside where they were meeting at. So he was there at the same time.
How long ago was this?
About 3-4 weeks ago.
And so that's one of the reasons you don't believe it's done?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you want to know?
I made a fake profile, and I went catfishing, and I went messaging her, pretending to be him, that is where she started telling me all kinds about everything that happened, about her fantasizing about him.
Before it ever happened.
She allowed me to bring her in my house knowing that she felt that way about you. I have evidence where she was messaging.
Wait. Did you ever admit that it was you on the phone?
Afterwards, yes.
And what message did you send to Miss Everett?
I was texting her, asking her questions about what had happened, when did it happen. And that's when she told me that it happened Christmas Day. I'm trying to find out the truth because I need to get peace. I need to build me back. My babies need me.
And you're not the mother that you need to be.
No, Your Honor, I'm not.
And the fact that they had sex on Christmas Day, how do you feel about that?
That is not true.
Angry, upset. If it comes back to being that he's lying to me, I'm out of there. I'm leaving. I'm not gonna send my marriage license in. I'm packing up mine and my kids' stuff, and I'm going home to my mama where I should be, so I could build myself.
All right, so Mr. Free.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have sex with Miss Everett on Christmas Day?
I'm 90% sure that I did not.
You're 90% sure?
I can't tell you something that I do not remember.
Okay.
You don't remember having sex with her? Or
No.
What about Christmas Eve? Did you do it Christmas Eve?
It may have been Christmas Eve. It may have been after Christmas, but it was not on Christmas Day.
It was in the Christmas season.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So you kept giving a gift.
They kept on giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Wade, may I see your evidence there, please? Ron, would you please hand that?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a message between you and your husband's mistress.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at this point, you've told her, you've identified yourself.
No.
At that point, yes, I
before
did.
she identified
No.
herself.
This part here, it was when I done told you who I was.
Okay.
Let me read it. It says, Miss Wade, he's still trying to tell me that y'all didn't Christmas Day. That's why I say he's still lying to me about. And the response from Miss Everett, I heard almost everything, and yes, we did. We, twice on Christmas. I know because the second time he woke me up and asked if I was ready for round 2.
See,
that's
but see, her on her side of the story, first, like when I talked to her in person, she tells me that he woke her up both times.
He did.
So is it up in the message right there? You clearly said one time he woke you up, and then you say both times.
Miss Everett, okay.
Woken up.
Please, Miss Everett, are you sure
I'm
that you had
positive.
sex with him on Christmas Day?
I'm 100% sure positive. That's the only thing I got for Christmas.
That's the only thing you deserve for Christmas.
All right, Miss Wade, direct your comments to the court, please.
So, Mr. Free, on Christmas Day, twice?
No, Your Honor.
Yes.
I hope and pray your lie detector test comes back that you're telling the truth, because if not, I'm gonna tie a bow up and give it. That's what she's gonna have every year for Christmas.
Okay, so Miss
She can have you.
Okay. This is a mess.
A hot mess.
This is a huge, hot mess. We have a husband, we have a wife, and we have a mistress, all in the same boat, in the same house, in the same mix, with 2 big questions. Did they have sex on Christmas Day, and has the affair continued? To get to the bottom of this, the court has ordered a lie detector test for Mr. Free, and we have the results. Ron, would you please escort into the courtroom Mr. Todd Redding, a licensed private investigator?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you?
Fine, Your Honor. How are you?
It's good to see you. You had a member of your team give Mr. Free a polygraph exam. Mr. Free was asked if he has had sexual intercourse with Miss Everett since January 2016. What was his response?
Your Honor, his response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector examination determined that he was being truthful.
How are you feeling?
A lot better.
But there's one last question, and it's about Christmas. Is that still a deal breaker for you?
Yeah.
So even if they haven't had sex this whole year, a year and a half, if he lied about sex on Christmas, you're still willing to throw away?
Because I don't even want to celebrate that day with him anymore. I told him that. He took all of my holidays away.
All right, let's find out. Mr. Free was asked if he had had sexual intercourse with Miss Everett on Christmas Day, 2015.
That's correct, Your Honor.
What was his response?
Your Honor, his response to the question was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector test results determined that he was once again being truthful.
So then that means that she is who she is and she's never gonna change. Obviously, you said that to break us up.
All right, Miss Wade.
Miss Wade.
Miss Wade.
You just sat there and said you.
Miss Wade. All right.
Look, I know why you're upset, but you came here looking for answers, and you've got the answers now that you were looking for. Can you forgive him?
Now I can, now that I know the truth.
I've been telling you the truth since day one.